Welcome back to another episode of Up and Coming. You already know who I am. I'm Da Vinci's, and I got a very special guest on my right-hand side, Mama Rosa. What's going on?
Yeah. Hey, how are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much for joining me in episode 17 of Up and Coming. Like I said in the green room, I'm excited to have you on.
I'm excited to be here.
I consider you like to be an esports pro. Like you're in the professional realm.
Yeah.
You've been in the, like, even though you're like in the background, you're still up front. Like you make the people look good. If it wasn't for you guys, you and your colleague, I mean,
we've been doing this since 2013, full-time esports. So yeah, it's kind of weird to say it, but like we are veterans in the space.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you work in production and you're behind the scenes, you wouldn't have the faintest idea who either of us are. Kind of weird.
I want to start off with saying I'm looking for esports jobs. And I just saw this awesome post on LinkedIn. It's like the people that you know, esports coach, esports pro, then the people that you may miss. And it's like management, there's broadcasters, journalists, content creators, so many things. Can you talk to us about like why your role is so vital in the community, in the esports community?
Well, makeup is vital in any broadcast or any production, right? Our entire job is to make sure that everybody looks good on camera.
Mm-hmm.
And there's always an ongoing joke of like, oh, sweaty nerds, like mom's basement complexion, like, oh, it must take a lot of makeup. Like, no, relax. We have a lot of insanely beautiful humans in esports, right? Like, just take a look at the Overwatch League, for example. Gorgeous. They look like the CW.
Mm-hmm.
Like they look like a CW cast, right?
Yeah.
And then you pop over to LCS and you're like, okay, this is another like Netflix original cast. Cool. Mm-hmm. Like everyone's insanely pretty, but even pretty, the thing about camera and any content creator knows this. The thing about working in front of the camera is the second the lights go on, the second you put a 4K camera on, if you don't have at least foundation, that's something that evens out your complexion, you're going to see every little pore, every little blemish, every little line on someone's face. Mm-hmm. If you don't have the right lighting, if you don't have the right wardrobe, all that plays into making our shows look clean and professional and put together. We wouldn't have sponsorships if things didn't look clean and put together, right? Mm-hmm. We want it to look as good as possible so that it doesn't take away from you watching the game, whether that be League of Legends, whether that be a CSGO, whether it be Halo. We want it to look as clean and professional so that Reddit won't open up a thread about someone's pimple. That doesn't need to be discussed.
I really like that breakdown just to show like the different ways, because like I said, everybody thinks when they say esports, you think of professional gamers, you think about head coaches, but you don't think about the other people. And I like how you said that, what you said, because I'm a TV broadcaster, local news journalist, and they have told me once you start getting in the higher ranks, you're gonna have to start putting on makeup. Right. I haven't done that just yet, but I finally got my first taste in seeing what you guys do. I went to the 2K League 2 weeks ago. They have they have in Indianapolis. They have a contracted makeup artist, and they make their players and broadcasters look good. Mm-hmm. So I have a new profound respect for you guys. Like, you guys are
thanks. Yeah, like Cassandra Carr is the lead makeup artist and department head of everything that's Riot. Mm-hmm. So when you're watching Valorant, when you're watching League of Legends, when you're watching Wild Rift, Cassandra, she's the department head. She's the lead over there. So whenever myself and my business partner are working something Riot related, we're working under her. And she's been running that show since, like, that client since 2013. So while she's been over there, my business partner and I have been with like Halo and Blizzard and CS. We've been kind of hopping all over the place, but esports has used makeup artists for years. they have used consistent ones, such as myself, my business partner, and Cassandra, since 2013, at least as far as the three of us have been doing it, right? And yeah, it's something you don't really think about, but like we have enough stigma of esports, like, oh, it's a real industry, that's cute. The amount of times I've heard that's cute, I'm just like, it's a multi-billion-dollar industry.
I get a different response. I always get the, what is that? And then you explain it and then like,
I get
oh
that
wow.
too, yeah.
Yeah.
I get that too. But once I explain it, I get the like, oh my God, that's so cute. Like they get to like play video games, and I'm like, they make more money than you ever will. How dare
I know.
you?
I'm not ready for that conversation because I know I'll rage out, but I'm like,
oh yeah. It's so hard not to, because like I'm from the hood, I'm from South Central, I'm Latina, I'm Guatemalan American. So every part of me is like, I'll fight you for them. So what about what did you say about they're cute? They're a professional man. How dare you?
They're like you got to fight for what you believe in. You know what I'm saying? And I fight for esports. Like I'm literally fighting to get into the position. But when I explain it, I have that same like passion that you do. I was like, even though I'm not in the business just yet, I'll fight you for it.
I mean, well, that's what's driven our industry for as long as it have is we all joke about it, like, oh, hashtag the passion. Like, we're running on fumes. I come from a time where I would be the makeup artist. I would help like the lighting guys hold their ladders while they run up and fix things. I would zip tie chairs together. I would hand out tickets to the audience. I came from a time where no one person did one job.
Yeah.
Every person did every job.
Yeah.
With, select few positions, but still. And so it's like, I totally lost what my point was because I got distracted by a helicopter outside because I'm ADHD like that.
That's all good.
But yeah, it's grown a lot is my point. It's grown a lot, and the industry is just all over the place, and to where it's at now, where everyone can actually pop into one job and do that one job. It's kind of incredible. I'm amazed at how far the industry has gotten just in the last few years.
Can you tell me pretty much, and I'm going to include your business partner too. I don't want her to feel like she's not included, but for right now, how did you get started? Like, what was your journey in becoming a makeup artist?
Okay. So becoming a makeup artist was a whole other journey, right? Because at the time I joined being a makeup artist speaking of my business partner, sorry, she just walked through the door.
Hey, business partner.
Hi, business partner. Hi. So my journey to become a makeup artist wasn't with esports in mind. I was an esports fan, but I would watch like Halo and be like, those are some sweaty boys. Those are some sweaty nerds. They really need someone to just, that'd be great. Anyway, so now I'm going to go work on a film and try to flip union and try to work on bigger films. And, my path in my head wasn't esports. I never in a million years, and to this day, I think about it and I'm like, I just literally came back from Singapore for Wild Rift. And I'm sitting there like, I just got back from Singapore for Wild Rift. Mobile League of Legends. Because I'm sorry, guys, let's be real. It's just Mobile League, right? Like Mobile League of Legends. And I was out there for like, it's mind blowing. When this whole time I thought like, oh yeah, I'm going to be in Singapore for like 2 weeks because I'm on a Marvel film. I never thought it would be for video games. So my path was one of going to makeup school, getting certified, getting out, starting to work, boots to pull them up by the bootstraps and we go, working Craigslist jobs for $50 a day, but I didn't have a driver's license. So I had to hire an assistant, pay her $20 for gas. And then it was struggle. It was struggle.
You were grinding.
Oh God. Again, like I say this a lot and everybody laughs at me. They're like, yeah, Rosa, where are you from? I'm from South Central. Like I didn't know anybody in the industry.
Yeah.
I had zero connections. If you want somebody for like new rims, I got you. I got a homie down the street for that. We know the stereo guy, but I didn't have a connection to the entertainment industry. So I had a real grind. We're like starting area level 1. You don't even like, all your equipment is gray, and you work and you work and you grind. And I say this a lot about esports specifically, is that esports is an industry that's about video games, but the process and the journey is not a video game. You don't just grind, bing, max level, you did it, now you're in tier 1. That's not the way that happens. It's more like you grind, you end up on this path. You didn't realize that there's this Easter egg NPC that you should have talked to, because that NPC would have fast tracked you over here instead and given you the shortcut. And then you end up over here, and then you don't know anybody, and you can't get past anyone because you're not a high enough level, because you didn't take the secret route, the NPC. You weren't lucky enough to go that route.
I like that analogy.
Yeah. And it's about, as crappy as it is, it's about who you know.
Yeah.
It's about networking. It's about being on Twitter and engaging. If you're not engaging in an industry you want to be in, do you want to be in the industry?
I've just found I know that's like really surface level to say, but I really found that out 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. And nobody tells you this, right? It's so basic. It is so basic, but nobody tells you this, because for some reason, I feel like a lot of us have figured it out, but a lot of us are like, yeah, but this is what I always do, so that can't possibly be the route, right? Because again, esports, there's so many jobs, there's so many positions. We've already talked about that. You know, if you look at one of my call sheets for going to, like, let's say that I'm going to LCS tomorrow. If you're to look at my call sheet, there's over 100 names filling in 100 positions. And that's just the people hired by Riot. That's not the orgs and the teams that are coming in. That's not press that's coming in. That's not the concession stand. That's not, anything other than the actual crew that are holding cameras, that are doing jobs, that are doing hair and makeup. There are just so many positions, and there's so many titles. There's a teleprompter guy. There's 5 camera guys on one part at the analyst desk. There's another 5 camera guys at the stage, not including the Steadicam op that's getting all your like actual in the face reactions. That's not including the jib operator that's like handling all the crane shots of the audience. That's not including any of the photographers, or the camera department alone is like a laundry list of people.
Yeah.
So I really like that analogy, because my NPC was over here, but that means the camera guy's NPC is going to be somewhere over here. Well, if you want to get into on-camera work, that's a whole other journey of meeting multiple NPCs and understanding why all of these other ones matter to you as well.
So you said that to get in, like, you started makeup. Correct me if I'm wrong. You got into the business, becoming a makeup artist, because you were watching Sweaty Nerds.
So
Sweaty Nerds. But what were you doing before that?
I got into makeup for film. I got into makeup because I wanted to get into film. So actually, and my business partner did it as well. We both started. She has a bachelor's degree in film. She'll sit here and be like, yeah, your content, you need something to cut away to, because that's not quite right.
I like her.
She's like, I'll be right back. I have to go do this touch up real quick.
I like her. I'm gonna send her my
people.
I need her to look at my content. I like her.
She's one of those people that, like, a lot of times when people see a makeup artist, they just think that that's all we do. They don't realize that there are all these levels to it. So she has one of those weird sub levels of like, oh yeah, also I have a degree in film editing. No big deal. Don't mind me.
I like her. I like her a lot.
Yeah, she's dope. So we both got into makeup artistry for film, and we both come from special effects makeup, no less. So it was the way I got into esports was, again, I was always a fan, but I never thought that those two
connected
cross.
Yeah.
Ever. Yeah. And I would see it. I would see, like, watching, no offense, Halo and all my Halo boys, but I would watch like old MLG Halo shows and be like, sweaty nerds. Anyways, off to work. I didn't think that I would be the one fixing that niche, right?
Mhm.
That filling that niche and that bubble in esports. So one year I'm playing World of Warcraft. I'm in the Nixia lair. I'm running my guild through, and I'm like, all right, guys, I just got an email. I gotta go. I don't need it. Like I was just running guildies through. I wasn't there to like get any loot. So I'm like, all right, I'm out. And then I open my email and I see, hi, we just got your information from, shout out to Alec Calero, the guy that is a person who referred me for Blizzard. We just got information from Eric Calero where we're looking for a makeup artist for these dates and these days. This is the rate. Can we see your portfolio? Are you available? Yada, 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 yada. Signed, Blizzard Entertainment.
I know when you saw that email, you were like, huh?
And like I screamed out to my ex-husband. I was like, babe, comes over. Read that. Ha! That's BlizzCon. You might be working BlizzCon. What do I do? What do I do? You reply. I reply. And like I freak out. I reply. I send my portfolio. Blah, blah. Here you go. By the way, level 90 Blood Elf Rogue. What's up?
Yeah. You just got to throw that out there, you know.
You just had to let it go. And level 90 was max cap level once upon a time. Don't judge me now. But you know, I like sent it off. And then I was just like, what just happened? And now I think I'm in a fever dream, and then bing. Oh my God, we absolutely want to hire you. Your work's incredible. You're highly recommended. We have to do the formalities of like talking to everybody else, but we're pushing for you.
Mm-hmm.
Blizzard's pushing for me. Oh my God. 2 hours later, I was hired.
That's
a few
dope.
weeks later, I'm walking into the Anaheim Convention Center at my first BlizzCon in 2013, and I'm shaking. Like, I'm here. This is my subscription is now paying me. Let's go.
That's dope. Yeah.
And 2013, I worked the StarCraft, my boys,
Uh-huh.
the StarCraft stage, the World of Warcraft stage, and the Hearthstone Invitational stage completely by myself. Esports didn't know, you know, the time it took to get people through.
Mm-hmm.
And to this day, like Zoe Schwind was the first person I ever did makeup on. She was the first woman I ever did makeup on. DJ Wheat was the first guy I did makeup on in esports.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really funny because they're both still really good friends of mine, and I love them very much. And I'm just like, oh my God, I did makeup on probably two of the biggest names in our industry as like the first.
Yeah. That's dope. I mean, that's dope. But so you do that, right? You get the email, you go to BlizzCon, you start working for the company that you're subscribed to is now paying you. But when is that how Esports Makeup was born? Or when did you was like, maybe I need a brand?
Esports Makeup was born probably a year later, technically.
Okay.
Because BlizzCon comes and goes, right? It's It's like opening week. So opening week followed by the actual event. You have a solid week of work. So it was a pretty paycheck. And then I'm like, oh, now what? I kind of go back to film. 2014, I'm like, oh my God, BlizzCon's coming around again. Hey, Blizzard, what's up? Need a makeup artist? I had a good time. Did you have a good time too? Let's go on a second date.
Yeah.
And they're like, actually, we're doing all of our hiring through a tournament organizer, Enter ESL. You worked with them in the room. Like, we'll refer you over to them. So then I got a call from ESL, and they're like, oh my God, we loved working with you. We'd absolutely love to have you back. So now I'm working with ESL EU at BlizzCon. This was also the birth of ESL NA during 2014. So they're like, oh, you're local to LA? Want to just come do some of our shows too? I was like, yes, God.
Yeah.
Please take me with you. And then I ended up working IEM, San Jose, Mortal Kombat, Hearthstone, like everything just started rolling in. And I used a lot of my personal, because everyone's always, whether I've liked it or not, Mama Rosa was just something my talent have always called me. whether it was in the film industry, whether it was music videos, whether I don't know what it is. Mama was always like, Mom, like, oh, your name's Rosa, cool. Hey, Mama Rosa, can you help me with this?
Yeah.
Or like, Mom, and I'm like, how did I become your mother? So everyone's like, oh, it's because you're an actual parent. And I'm like, has nothing to do with the fact that I'm an actual mother. People just treat me like their mom on set.
I feel like you're spitting like game that's like a parent would do. Like you're really helping, like walking us through our journey. Like when I was your age, I was doing this, and this. You need to.
Yeah.
I imagine like listening, but I'm like taking notes. Like, yeah, as soon as I get off this episode, I got some emails I got to send. Yeah. Maybe that's the reason why.
Yeah. Who knows? And also maybe it's because like, you know, my talent would chew gum and they're about to go on camera and I'm like, and they're like, but my gum. And I go, well, you didn't think to spit it out before. So now I have to deal with your saliva. Spit. And they're like,
yeah.
Sorry, Mom. And I'm like, napkin, throw away, wash hands, you know. But like maybe I am everyone's fucking mom. And I do call everyone my baby. So I guess there's that too. But yeah, so everything was going through Mama Rosa Makeup. Everything was Mama Rosa Makeup. And then I got my business partner involved because me and her have been working together since. Hey, how long have we been working together? 2010. 10?
That's a long relationship.
That long? Okay, well, 2010.
That's a long relationship that you have to forget.
A long. Well, she's one of those people that, you know, oh God, I'm getting out of focus. There we go. She's one of those people that you've just known them your whole life, even if it's been a day, you know. Don't let this get to your head though. But yeah, so we've been working together in film since 2010, and then 2013, she was covering like a music video. Wait, what were you on? Were you on Cascade? She was working on like that's what we used to do. Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And like the week before BlizzCon, I was working on a Snoop Dogg video. Like it's.
Hey, yo,
we were very established makeup artists by the time we entered esports.
Yeah.
So when we entered esports, we're like, oh, we're about that. Like we're gamers. We're about this 100%. I watch esports 100% in, but also, what do you mean you don't have a call sheet? Let me teach you. This is what a call sheet from a film set looks like. You know, there's a lot of helping people along the way.
Can you back up just a smidge?
Yeah.
Because you guys are like, oh, we were doing this. We were on Cascade. We were on Snoop Dogg. And now we're established. We're in esports and we're doing some of the biggest names in esports. But like, for instance, like for people who live in Columbia, South Carolina, like some people will feel like you have to move out of like smaller cities to go to bigger cities to get where you need to be at. Like even my sister, she's from Augusta, Georgia, but she lives in Atlanta now and she flies out. She was just at the ESPYs, but she's a host for the 2K League.
I used to do makeup for ESPY parties.
You probably done my
sister Williams.
Really? So my sister's the host for
that happens every year. I used to do the make for that.
So my sister's the host for the 2K League and she's all over the place now. So like I know that she's trying to do what she's trying to do, but you're established. And for people who want to be a makeup artist in the esports or whatever, do you have to be in LA? Do you have to be in a bigger city? Like spit some real game.
Yes and no. Yes, in the sense of LA is where everything happens. I'm very fortunate that I'm born and raised LA. I'm born and bred. I didn't move to be here. This is where I always was. So I got very lucky in that regard for both industries that I was a part of. Film, traditional entertainment, and esports. Everything comes to LA. Right now, LCS is in Santa Monica. That's 30 minutes away. ESL Studios is in Burbank. That's 30 minutes away. Face It Studios is literally down the street from my house. 100 Thieves are another 5 minutes away. Cloud9 is like 20 minutes that way. Like everyone is here. Yeah. New York has some things, but it's not consistent. Seattle has some things, but it's not consistent, which is really weird when you think about how many developers are up there, right? Yeah. Texas has a lot more things going on, but it's not as consistent. And that's gonna keep being the trend.
What
We're
about
gonna have
Atlanta,
things pop
Georgia?
up. Atlanta used to have E-League, but that was in Turner Studios. So unless you were union and you already worked for that company, you weren't getting in.
Okay.
It goes back to esports is not only a grind, but it's also finding that NPC. It's also finding you have to look for your way in. You don't just grind and happen upon it. You know? So my in was the actor I worked with that just happened to have friends that worked at Blizzard that just happened to ask him, hey, do you know any makeup artists? And he knew I was a gamer. He knew I loved Blizzard and I was a makeup artist. So he's like, that's her written all over it.
I like that.
Yeah, I got very lucky. You know, my business partner had me where I was just like, well, they're finally learning that we're valuable. And I say valuable, our rates, we went from making a comfortable amount of money a day to $100 a day. Like our rates drastically dropped. You know, Blizzard paid well. Let's not give Blizzard a bad name here. Blizzard paid well, but other companies didn't pay as well. So we had to like go, well, I'm working 4 days a week at $100 a day. I could have worked 1 day this week and made way more than that. But I love everyone here. Esports is, there's a lot of bad. We hear about the bad all the time, right? Everyone's always talking about the bad, all the Me Too issues, sexism, racism, homophobia. I can go on and on because I've seen it, I've experienced it, I've heard about it. Like we can go on and on. Another thing that people one thing that people don't talk about is how much fun it is to work with everyone. Esports is the easiest industry by far. No one has egos, and there are people with egos, don't get me wrong.
There are people. I've seen it.
I promise you, those egos do not match a D-list actor who thinks they're the shit left and right, and that you are nothing but their makeup artist. So why would I want to continue working in an industry that is even more sexist, even more racist, add classes to it, and cliquey as fuck? And I just walked into a studio that we're all talking about video games.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the pay cut.
Yeah.
And like when I was talking to my business partner, I'm like, are you willing to take a pay cut? And she's like, let's see. So she goes and she covers me on a Mortal Kombat event. And she's like, 1, I just got to watch Mortal Kombat all night. That was cool. 2, catering was pretty good. 3, everyone is hella chill. Let me repeat. And then she like reorders it. And she was just like, this is the nicest group of people I've ever worked with in my life.
I want to actually toot both of you guys' horn too. So coming from the news business, like talking to mayors, talking to governors, talking of like these big people of power, and then going to talking to like just teachers and principals. Everybody has like this ego, like this, like some type of power trip. Then you want to do like an interview with them. And it's like, it's like so hard to get an interview with them. So when I'm asking these folks at the 2K League in Indianapolis, oh yeah, sure. When do you want to do it? Can I do it like whenever I'm like, I don't want to bother you. I know you're practicing. I would do it right now. What? That's unheard of.
You got a minute? I got a minute. You cool? Let's go.
Yeah. It was like, what's your Twitter? What's your Instagram? My fault. What? The catering, amazing. I was like, the people were so cool.
Catering is 50-50 in most spots.
Yeah. But then it was like, hey, I've got a podcast that I do on Retro Motion. By the way, shout out Retro Motion. I got a podcast that I do every week. Would y'all want to be on that? Yeah, man. So you guys are absolutely right. I will definitely co-sign on that. I would took the pay cut too. I would have to. Without a doubt.
You know, and there again, I'm not saying that those problems don't exist in esports. They do. But breaking into the film industry is a million times harder. A million times harder. There's dead seasons. You're probably working once, twice a week. Like there's a lot of things that go into play, you know. So when we started working more consistently, and it went from us working like once every weekend to both of us working every weekend to now I'm booked Monday through Sunday because, freelancer, no overtime, things like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And then she's starting to get booked like 3-4 days a week. We're like posting content, but like it's on my Instagram and her Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
Like separate. And then I was like, why Esports Makeup? Make an account, build it out, start transferring like images over. And then it just happened, and I looked at her and I was like, are you in? Because like I know you still care about the film industry. I know you still have a lot of connections to potentially going union. Like, whoa, do you want to just commit? Like, we have built a name and a reputation for ourselves in a matter of a year.
Mm-hmm.
Something we were never able to do in the film industry. Like, we're just one of the millions. Jump ship? And she's like, yeah, let's go. I'm already here. I was like, cool, let's fucking go. So that was kind of the birth of Esports Makeup. It was us just going, oh, we do this full time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, because of video games, I was able to buy and I'm the youngest of 3 siblings. Where I was like, I was able to buy my mother a round trip ticket to Guatemala to go visit her family.
That's dope. Yeah.
I was able to buy my first car. All my cars were hand-me-downs.
Mm-hmm.
I was able to start providing things for my son that like I used to heavily rely on my family. And now I'm like, video games. Yes, being a nerd. Like,
yeah. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So, but now, you guys are real established. Is there like a goal that you guys want to be at? Like maybe have like maybe your own, I'm not saying business because you already are a business, but maybe like a building or something, or like,
I don't think Esports Makeup will ever be a physical place. There's one, me and her would probably kill each other if we had to go to a building and have like a 9 to 5, because neither one of us would ever do a 9 to 5. Like, okay, stifle all of my creativity in one go. Let's go into a building, like now.
Yeah.
Esports Makeup is in a million different directions right now with things we want to do, things we want to build up more. There was talks of us going agency, but like things are still recovering from COVID.
Yeah.
It may not seem like it. You may be seeing more and more events, but events that we would have typically been flown out for is no longer happening. Now people are hiring local. Lot of there's been a lot of competition where myself and Lorena are getting priced out and undercut from shows because our rate's higher than another makeup artist. We also earned our rate to be higher than another makeup artist in the scene,
Right.
So we're just kind of there's a lot of different paths that we're thinking about. I think agency is one of them. But then I could never see myself not like booking someone else and not work an event. That's weird. It's hella weird. What do you mean I'm not there? I don't know.
I asked so I have a friend who's a makeup artist, and she went into like sales and whatnot. But I asked her because she was on my podcast on episode 9 when I first came to Ritual Motion. But I was like, hey, I'm talking to makeup artists. Do you have any questions that you would want to know about trying to? Because I know you said you want to get back into like the game, and she sent me a few questions. One of the questions, because you answered some of them, but she said, how do you stay up on the latest makeup trends?
God, they're so exhausting. I was literally talking about this earlier today. So it's kind of funny because everyone in my family kind of shits on me for this because I'm the one that they're like, are you watching? And I'm like,
yeah.
And they're like, you missed all of the first episode of Moon Knight. Good job, Rosa. And I'm like, oh shit, no, I'm working. I'm sorry. What did I miss? And that's because I'm scrolling makeup trends. I'm scrolling
Yeah.
content. I have to keep up with multiple things. I have to keep up with what's happening in esports, what's happening in gaming, what's happening in makeup, what's happening in hair. And so when I'm not doing anything, TikTok and Instagram are a beautiful thing because there's a little hashtag service that they give you, and you can see everything that's currently trending. And then
Yeah.
there are some trends where I look at it and I'm like, that's the stupidest shit on the fucking planet. I'm never doing that. Nope. Couldn't pay me enough. Nah.
Is there anyone who influences your style?
My style?
Oh, yeah.
Oh God. My personal style are like makeup. Like as a makeup artist.
I mean, well, makeup art. Let's rephrase that question that she asked. Like when you go into a gig, when you guys go into a gig, and say for instance, you have me, right? What would you do different for me versus somebody else? Like, when you go into somebody, what are you doing with their hair and their makeup to make them look?
So here, actually talk about this a lot. So because Lauren and I came from film, right? Let's say you were my actor on a film set. I wouldn't do your makeup according to you. I would do your makeup according to the character you are playing.
Okay.
Is your character a politician? I have to make sure you look hella clean cut. Is your character a barista in a cafe? You know, we get to be a little bit more artsy. Like, who are you playing? That's different. That's film. That's character. In esports, everyone is themselves and their brand. So when I'm doing your makeup, I'm going to be like, all right, cool. How do you typically wear your hair? How do you want to wear your hair? If you could do anything in the world right now, what would you do with your hair?
So you give them the choice.
How do you want to look? Because I'm only here to make you look like a more polished and refined version of you.
Okay.
Which is different from film and TV. Film and TV, I'm like, you don't have an option. They told me you're a security guard, so I have to make you look rugged and tired. Good luck.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, you know, God, I still think about the prison movie. Remember Incarcerita, the actress? We're doing a prison movie. And this woman comes in and she goes, I look really tired. She's a prisoner. I look really tired. I'm like, okay.
Aren't you a prisoner?
She's like, oh no, I need like mascara and eyeliner. And I was like,
I don't think they do that in prison, yo.
No. I mean, I can fake it with a little bit of like just in the lashes, like comb it out. But I'm not gonna give like she wanted lashes and eyeliner. And we gave her mascara, and I was like, no, you're a prisoner in a women's correctional facility, and you're supposed to be the big dog in the yard. No.
I wouldn't consider you to be a big dog if you have eyeliner. I'm like,
yeah, like, well, actually, maybe shit. You got it like that your care packages come through with like, with eyeliner. Damn, girl, okay.
She's running the jail. She's really running the jail. Then
you're the warden. Then is what I heard.
What? Okay, so I know you're a gamer nerd, and you're a makeup nerd, a fashion nerd, and you're also a film nerd. What would be your dream gig then?
Okay, honestly, so if Halo had a league,
I thought you did. Halo League.
There's HCS, but it's a tour. It's constantly moving, right? However, if Halo decided we're gonna buckle down and put down roots in LA, and we need a makeup artist, I would kill someone, and I'd be like, if I'm not the makeup artist for this, it doesn't make sense for any other.
Mama Rosa for the esports makeup. Esports makeup. You hear it now. Esports makeup has to be the makeup artist for the Halo League, and then I gotta be the content creator or journalist. You know, like we'll figure that one out.
Yeah. So it would be Halo or StarCraft.
Halo or StarCraft. No. What about any movie gigs or TV series gigs?
I mean, if Star Wars called me, I wouldn't say no.
Okay.
You feel me? Like, Star Wars called me, I'd be like, you're right.
I feel
All right,
like you're
Esports, I love you. I'll be back. And then I just fade into the background.
I feel like you have like I feel like you a little bit where I've got like local TV news is cool. I've already phased out of that. You know,
Yeah.
you phase out of TV. Now you're like
Yeah.
esports, like you've been treated so well over here. Why would you go back?
Why? And like, it's so funny because I still have a lot of friends in the film industry that are
Same.
working on massive projects. Like, I
Mhm.
have people in Marvel, I have people in Star Wars, I have people on like blockbuster horror films. Like,
Mhm.
I see their names and I'm like, let's go. I'm proud of you. And they're like, you wouldn't come back? And I was like, no. Like, what if I hired you? No. How much money you got? You know what?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Because then you're gonna want me for 6 months, and then I'm gonna miss. I'm like, I'm sitting there. I'm like, I would probably miss E3. I would miss not that E3. Well, E3 is coming back. Well, back in the day, I would miss E3. I would miss TwitchCon. I would miss BlizzCon, and then I would awkwardly sit there deciding which of the dream hacks I would miss and
Mhm.
whether I could make it. Now that I'm at LCS, I would completely miss both spring and summer split. No, no, you're
Yeah.
basically making me miss every massive event for gaming and esports, and what now? Not worth.
Just not worth it.
Because then I'm going to be over there on set, angry, working 12 hours a day on location, not in my comfortable makeup room, in my comfortable studio
Mhm.
that I could pull up my comfortable car to. Like, there was a time where Rosa would have killed to have been on like a Tarantino movie,
Mhm.
killed to have been on any Marvel film, any of them.
Mhm.
I don't even like Captain America. I would have done it. I hate Captain America with a passion. He's the most boring character on the planet.
Yeah.
Done it.
I can argue with you with that. There's others, but we will save that.
Captain America and Superman are Boy Scouts, and I don't fuck with them.
Superman is boring.
And Golden Boy loves, like, he's one of my closest friends, loves Superman. And I'm like, he's a Boy Scout. He's boring. You're from New York. Pick someone better. What's wrong with you? But like,
Yeah.
yeah, I would go back and I'd miss esports the entire time. And every time Lauren and I were like, oh, we're not doing anything this week. This is an off week. Let's go work on a film. And we get picked up for like, a small indie project. Something goes wrong every time. Every time. I got a flat tire once. I had my entire makeup station fall into the sand. I'm like, things go wrong.
Yeah.
Things go wrong when I'm not on an esports set.
We'll stay
And
on
I'm
the
just
esports
like,
set. Well, as the time is wrapping up, I do want to ask you two more quick questions because I know you're probably got some people to make look good and whatnot. The first one I wanted to ask is this is the last question from my friend. She wants to know, what would you say to all the inspiring makeup artists trying to break in the makeup industry?
In the makeup industry as a whole, know your worth. There is no amount of exposure that will do it. Like, there is a time and a place for that. There's absolutely a time and a place for that. Just also realize that at the beginning, no one's going to pay you, and it's going to suck, and it's going to hurt, and you're going to feel defeated when you don't have a job. Like, it hurts. And then you find a way through that. And once you find your way through that and you keep persevering and you keep pushing, you realize, oh, I can start charging more. And it hurts a little less every time, to the point where you're stable and you're like, I did it. Let's go. But that first year, 2 years of being a makeup artist hurts. It hurts your pocket, it hurts your back, it hurts everything, your state of mind. It's not an easy career to get into by any means. And it's not as glamorous as it looks. If you think you can roll up on set wearing 6-inch heels and a tight skirt, baby girl, no. Baby boy, no. Like, no, you're going to hurt yourself. Oh my God. My makeup bag weighs 70 pounds. Oh my God, you're going to hurt yourself.
Trust me. I had to carry somebody's makeup bag at the 2K League. It's heavy.
Ain't cute. She ain't cute. Everything inside of her hella cute, but the bag.
She's wearing tennis shoes. She wasn't wearing heels.
Yeah, no, never. Never.
Ever. She's
I
on,
only
she's on, you guys are on your feet all the time, making sure,
Mhm.
because like you're like by an hour, you got to make sure everybody's
Yeah.
not sweating the makeup off the foundation.
So I'll wear like a boot with like a heel,
Hmm.
but that boot with that heel only comes on once my makeup station is already set up and
Hmm.
it's day 2 or 3, and I can do that. You get
Hmm.
me? But always close to your shoes, never proper heels. My
Yeah.
God. And also like whenever I have to wear shorts on set because I got a new tattoo on my leg, I'm always like, God, I'm so indecent. I need to cover up. Because I'm like, everyone always wears head to toe blacks.
Yeah.
Because when you're on a production, you have to be able to blend into the background.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
why
Yeah.
everyone behind the scenes wears black.
I
So
didn't know
who
that.
can creep into the shadows?
I
Yeah,
didn't. I didn't know
you don't
that.
stand out. You don't stick out like a sore thumb.
I
All cameramen. Yeah,
now I realize that. I was like, why y'all are wearing black?
yeah. Well, it's like it's one of those things that you don't really process it until you process it.
Yeah.
You know, where it's like you would have probably never noticed that all of them were actually wearing all black until you're like told everyone is wearing all black, and then you're
I
like, oh,
I didn't realize it until you
oh,
just said it.
yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
wait, they were all wearing all black.
But it's hard. It's hard breaking into makeup. It's not easy. And work with what you know. If what you know is CoverGirl, work with her.
Hmm.
If what you know is Makeup Forever, a little bit more expensive brand, work with her. And then once you figure out what you know, that's when you can start breaking rules. Because a lot of people try to get avant-garde and try to get really creative real soon,
Hmm.
but you never knew your basics to be able to do that. How are you going to spell a word if you don't know the alphabet?
Right. Okay.
Yeah, like simply put, right?
Yeah.
So hustle. It's gonna be okay. Gonna be all right. It's gonna hurt, but you're gonna be all right.
I like that. I like that a lot. I feel like you can apply that to anything,
And
which
yeah,
kind of
any industry.
applies to my to any industry, which applies to my last question. A lot of us who are on Retro Motion, who are on Twitch, YouTube, that
Mhm.
want to be content creators. Let's take away esports for a second. Just like,
Right.
you know, when you can you give us some advice for folks who are wanting to break out into that content creating industry, not in like meaning like not trying to break out because everybody has you have to figure out your own niche. But what I
Mhm.
mean is like how important is it for you to your appearance, your style, your hair before you get in front of the camera just to like to play a video game?
I mean, so I will use this little bit of history. Kennedy ran against Nixon, I believe, right? Somebody
Oh, I don't
smarter than
know.
me in the
If you
room.
come to my game
It was
show night
Kennedy v. Nixon,
Thursdays,
right?
I'm
Yes.
not the right
Okay, my
one.
sister's awkwardly like, I can't speak, and I know you can't speak because you're on the internet.
I'm not the right one to ask. If you come to my
So
game show night trivia Thursdays on Twitch, I am the
down,
worst
so down.
person. I'm trash at
I'll
trivia.
scream answers at you while I Google them. But, it was Kennedy versus Nixon. They're having their, presidential debate. Thank you. I just got Google confirmation. Yes,
Okay.
it's
Yeah.
Nixon. It's Kennedy versus Nixon. They're having their televised presidential debate. They offered Kennedy makeup, and he was like, "Yeah, I'll take it. I want to look good on camera."
Hmm.
They told Nixon, "Do you want it?" And he was like, "Nah, not manly, not doing it."
Hmm.
Nixon then went on the stand a sweaty mess, shiny, sweating balls because he's underneath lights.
Hmm.
People perceive sweaty and unpolished as someone that's not trustworthy and someone that doesn't know what they're talking about, nervous or lying.
Hmm.
Do you want to listen to someone that, and I'm a sweaty person. I say this as a sweaty person. Do you want to look at someone sweating their life away, looking like they're struggling, or do you want to see someone that's put together?
I want to see if I want to see somebody who's put together.
Yeah, everybody wants to see someone that's put together.
Yeah.
I mean, if someone's sweating because they're out in the sun, like,
Mhm.
circumstantial, right?
Right.
If someone's content is hikes and they're looking sweaty,
Then that's
makes
fine.
sense.
I
That makes
understand. Then
sense.
I can trust you then.
Right. If someone's at a desk making content like on Twitch or streaming, and they're just talking, why are you sweating? Are you okay? Drink some water. Here's my subscription just so you can take a sip. Like,
Yeah.
I'm worried about you. So I would say and people perceive that in many different ways. I'm not saying you now need to go do a complete overhaul in your entire look and you need to make sure that you look like every other trendy human being on the planet. That just means maybe dab your face before you go on camera. Maybe like make sure that you actually pulled your hair back or you brushed it or something, you know? It's little things like that that
Look put
can
together.
make a big difference. Yeah. Look put together, look like you're actually ready and interested in putting your content out there. Go scroll through TikTok. Top trending people. Go look at how pretty all of them are. And I don't mean physically, like attractive people. A lot of them are, because you know, we're all very superficial people. But like, you know, just scroll and you'll see that everyone just looks together.
I feel like you've helped me out in the past 50 minutes. I've like in everything, esports, my content that I've posted on everything. So, I mean, you were great. I feel like anybody could take away a great knowledge from esports makeup.
My favorite thing is I used to be a talent manager for a small tournament organizer that was all online during COVID. And my favorite thing is like I would just randomly have calls with my casters and I would jump in a call with them and their setup is in their bedroom. Sure, that there's no issues with that. Why didn't you make your bed?
I just made mine before I
know. I noticed that immediately. But I would be like, why didn't you make your bed? Why can I see your boxers hanging off the edge? Why is there a sock on the floor? Like, you could be in your room, clean it up. Think about every person that streams from their bedroom and their bed is behind them. It is made. There could be a ton of shit underneath that blanket. We don't know. But the top is made.
All the clothes. I took all the clothes off and put it up in the hamper over there.
But I don't know that.
Yeah.
Nobody. Oh, I mean, now we do. But like, you know, I didn't know that. Nobody watching knew that. We don't know that what's over there.
Well, everybody who sees this, they're gonna
looks clean.
Yeah.
With that sick Muhammad Ali like poster in the background.
I know my mom is probably. She keeps telling me you need to pull it down. So
yeah,
she's gonna yell at me. She's gonna yell at me.
So it's a little tricky because the way your camera is framed, like your head would block most of it.
Yeah.
But for any moment where you move, like it would like poke out and it'd be like, yo, that's sick.
So not only that you were
come with your mom,
hair and makeup, but you and you do like presentation too. You do like home decor for content. Like you just do it. You guys do it all.
You know, and for me, it's like everybody knows that I'm very witchy. Ignore my penguin, but like everybody knows I'm very witchy. So when we were streaming, you see a little bit of my spirituality in the background. You can see that I worked on StarCraft. That's an art piece, a flick by Zoe. You know, like I make sure that my environment is very much representative of what we're doing. Now, if you were to see everything in front of me, my desk is a hot mess. Hot mess. You don't see that though. You can't see the rest of my living room that's in shambles because I've been away for 2 months. So I essentially did the like sweep clear off my desk and everything's on the ground next to me. Doesn't matter. This looks clean.
We didn't know that until you just said that.
See?
So
you see? That's the key. Like your content you don't have to be pristine and perfect and the most beautiful person on the planet. Does that help some influencers? Yes. Do you know how many hot people can't get a single follow though? But the like kind of derpy dude that like has just like clean content can.
Free game.
You know, and then like another thing is like content's content. Just put it out. Once you figure out what you really like doing, you just keep doing that. And everyone thinks about content in the sense of, like you said, I need to go viral. I need to make money from this. Like, yeah, that would be nice. But if that's your purpose and your whole intent, you're not going to make money. It's going to be hard.
Yeah. Yeah. You can be burnt out pretty quickly.
Nobody partners at Twitch overnight. Do you know how many people apply day in, day out and struggle to this day? But you look at their viewership, you look at their subs, and you're like, but you're doing everything right.
Trust me. I'm about to go stream now so I can go hit partnership. I'm an affiliate, but I'm on YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, Pinterest, Instagram, Twitter. I'm on it every day.
And that's the thing. Stuff. If you want to be seen, that's what you have to do.
Yeah.
You have to constantly share it and you have to constantly push it out. If you don't, nothing's going to happen.
Yep. Is there anything else you want to add that I'm failing to ask you?
I think that's all I got. I'm really bad when it's like, what do you think? And I'm like, duh.
I think you gave out 55 plus minutes of free game. So like,
oh my God. Yeah. I'm sorry. I told you I ramble.
no. It was really helpful. It was really helpful just to know, because I feel like your story applied to everybody into like whatever industry. So like, I mean, what I've took away from it was I can't just, because my thing is like, yes, I'm grinding, but now it's just, I just can't grind anymore. I have to grind. I have to go out to places and network now. I got to meet people. I got to continue being on the radar.
It's the most important thing. And it's exhausting. There are times where I'm like, no, I don't want to go to a party. No, I don't want to go have a drink. I want to sit my fat ass right here and not do shit.
Yeah.
And then I have to think about it, and I'm like, all right, well, who's going to be there? I haven't seen that person in a month. I have to go say hello. I have to make sure that they know I still love them and give them a hug and have a drink. And then once you're there, you're like, this is fun. I'm with my friends. We're talking about nerdy shit. Yay. But like, it's a hassle. And especially when you think about it, like, we're all a bunch of nerds. We're all introverted. All of us would rather be at home playing video games. All of us. But we make that effort to go see each other and go talk and go network because it's a part of it. It's a part of the game. It's a part of the system.
Yeah.
You know?
I've got to drive out of Columbia to Atlanta to go network, and that's 3.5 hours away. That's why I'm trying to move, but I've got to do it.
Yeah. Sometimes networking can be, hey, let's play a game together. Sometimes it's as simple as that. You know, there are friends that I don't get to see, and I'll be like, Fall Guys? Stardew?
Yeah.
Are we still playing Among Us? Is that still a thing?
I don't know.
No? Okay.
No.
Well, something. Or I'll just like open my Switch and see someone's online and be like, lol.
I'm playing the Switch by myself. I'm on Mario.
Same.
Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury. I had to look at the cartridge. Yeah.
I literally just started Hades like a week ago.
Is it good?
I'm so behind.
Is it good?
Oh my God, it's so much fun. It's so much fun. Also, if you're into like mythology, it's like super cool.
Oh yeah, that was the only time I passed school.
Like, you know, the roguelike. Yeah, same. Yeah. Like roguelike, it's like amazing. And I only started playing it because I played Boyfriend Dungeon. Oddly enough, when I was in Atlanta last year, I played it like on the plane on the way there and on the way back. Yeah. And completed it. And I was like, this is amazing. Someone's like, yeah, you haven't played Hades yet? It's the same thing. I was like, wait, what?
I gotta check it out. I gotta check it out. I gotta check it out. I'm gonna record my reactions. I like to put my reaction, instead of just doing Twitch, I like to like do gameplay video on my YouTube channel as well. Like on my other YouTube channel. Yeah. So So Hades. All right, I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna cop that.
Do it. It's fun. It's a lot of fun.
Bet.
Hack and slash your way through some underworld nasties.
Oh, you done messed up now. It's
a roguelike, so you're like hack and slashing, you're getting some upgrades, and you're just moving on.
Bet.
It's fun, I promise.
Okay.
I think it's on sale on Nintendo eShop. I'm not sure if it still is or isn't.
You have Mama in your first name. They call you Mama Rosa for a reason, so I've got my trust in you. We've all got our trust in you.
And that's when he realized he done fucked up. You know how to contact me. I'm if anybody has any questions, I'm very much one of those people that's like, message me, DM me, email me, comment. I don't care. If you're just like, hey, how? Tell me. I'll be like, this way. There is someone that tried DMing me. I was like, I want your job. And I was like, 1v1 me, bro.
No. It didn't happen. Well, that's how I'm going to close out. How can we how can we reach out to you if we need more free game from you?
Very easy. At Esports Makeup. Anywhere. We're on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. That's it. Actually, that's all we do. And even then, I'm so bad at creating content. But myself and my business partner check it often. I'm volunteering you. So if any of you like have questions, you can DM us, and one of us is bound to see it and be like, huh? Who are you? Okay, here you go. Here's the answer. Moving on. You know,
That's dope.
like,
That's dope that you guys do that. Even though you guys are established, you are
yeah.
trying to help the people who are undiscovered and trying to break into whatever industry.
I remember being there. I remember struggling. Oh my God. The struggle was insane. Having a new job, not being able to afford a piece of makeup, and looking at my older sister like, and she's like, I hate you. And then swipes card. And I'm like, how the fuck did I convince this bitch to just buy $500 of makeup? Okay, let's go. And I'd go do my job and only make $100 back.
Yeah.
I don't want to know how much I owe that woman over the years of like all the support I had. I had an amazing support system. There's a lot of people that don't have that. You don't have a mom? Mom doesn't like you. I like you. I'm your mom now. Let's go.
Oh.
Like, I'm very easy. Not you. You got a mom and she told you to lower that frame, so you need to lower that.
I gotta lower the frame. I'm gonna see her tomorrow. I'm actually I think I'm gonna either head out tonight. No, I gotta stream. But no, I'm gonna see her tomorrow. She's gonna see it when I edit this video. Oh, she's gonna kill me. Yeah. She's gonna kill me. That's cool. I'll pull up the green screen when I'm streaming. She won't see it then.
Wow.
Yeah.
Rude.
So it's all good.
I can't wait for your mom to like smack you across the head just for that comment.
I can't wait for her to do that.
We don't condone
violence. No, we don't. Well, Ritual Motion, thank you for allowing two awesome creators come on this channel and, spit free game to people who are trying to make it in whatever industry. Mama Rosa, you are awesome. I'm definitely going to reach out to you. Yeah. I'm going to reach out to you. I feel like you've been a great help in my career. So I definitely want to connect with you and link more and try to, further both of our careers.
You know how to get a hold of me.
I got your email.
You also have my Discord. So like you have your Discord too. You have all the ways of contacting me.
Bet. Oh yeah. You didn't mess. You didn't. DMs. Little does she know, she done fucked up now.
I know, right? Now it's the other way.
I'm about to annoy the shit out of you. But other than that, I will be back next week with I'm still trying to figure out my talent, but I know I'll be back next week. Make sure you guys check that out. And we're out of here.